Sorry,
Chris.
that's loud.
I'd like to call to order the Town of Ulysses Board of Zoning Appeals meeting for 17 September 2025. Members in attendance tonight are Karen Metter, Cheryl Thompson, and me, Steve Morielli. Also in attendance online is our town planner, Niels Tigerson, and our recorder here, Carissa Parlato, who will be documenting tonight's proceeding. Looks like no representation from our liaisons, our town board liaisons. I guess we're gonna move ahead. Since we're not waiting for anybody else.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, sure. So which one, the secret prior or the other one?
The decision to the Mount House. Second.
Secret. Prior, secret was. Okay, great, all right, good. We're just clarifying the order of some things we're doing here. But first, on the agenda is review of the minutes from August 2025. I'd like to invite any edits or corrections or questions regarding the minutes from the board members. This is for the minutes of August 20th. I think before I move on farther, anybody have anything you want to add to the agenda? Like, okay, great. Yeah, Cheryl.
I mean, let me just get them
No
stuff
problem.
straightened out here. Okay. So I just had one edit to the August minute. This where she recorded the approval of past minutes. She said that I said aye on the May minutes and I said abstain.
So on the May minutes, letter motion to approve, meeting minutes, written more seconded. Metter, aye, Moore, aye, Thompson, aye. That should be Thompson abstain. That's correct.
Yes.
I had nothing else. Did you have anything?
No.
Cheryl, did you have anything else on there?
I was looking for a little more around where it said discussion ensued over the conditions of approval, but I think that is just a convention of how to do it, so I'm looking at that. And it's an acceptable convention to what the motion sequence up in.
So you're okay with that? Wait, this the way it's written right now.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, Karen. It's the conditions of approval. We had a pretty solid discussion. And I was I've been looking at all the rulings and with the recommendations from the state and all the other boards, all zoning boards. And you don't have to write every word. This is not, but every word is recorded. So
Right.
that's I feel okay about
Okay.
that. And I'm okay with the way we've been getting the gist of the conversation. So that's the way I feel. And Cheryl and we're chatting.
Yeah,
you-
but I thought that there was a large part of the conversation that wasn't represented in the minutes.
Right.
But it is represented in the motion itself. I think we got the language, so we're okay with
Yeah,
that.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so and I was thinking, I've been mulling that over, and I think that it motivates me to make sure that we're careful about the conditions of approval.
Right.
This is like Tom used to say, less is more. I don't think less is more here. I think let's be concise, but thorough in that. And then I like when I don't mind putting in, even if it's redundant, putting in upon the, given the conditions, especially given the conditions of approval, those things that we keep repeating. I don't mind that at all. I think that alleviates some of this.
Mhm.
Anyway, if we want, we could ask for more detailed transcription. But I think it's covered. If you watch
Right.
the video,
Right.
it's all there too. Anyway, that's my feeling. And if you guys have more you want, that you desire, let's talk about it at some point. Okay, so do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion to accept.
Second,
Okay, seconded. I want to call that the vote.
Aye.
aye.
And aye. So motion is unanimous and the motion carries. And they were I thought they were a pretty good job, actually.
And that is our last minutes from Molly. She's on. to
That's the one
writer.
from Molly.
Features.
That's sad. All right, the first item of old business is proposed by the applicant Ryan James on behalf of property owners Jonathan Culler and Cynthia Chase, who propose a renovation and addition to an existing non-conforming detached accessory building. Per the code of the town of Ulysses, CTU 212-47.E, in connection with CTU 212-167.A, the minimum required front setback for the accessory building is 40 feet. Currently, it's at 21 feet 1 inch, and with a request now to reduce the setback further to 20 feet 6 inches for the expansion. The existing height of the structure is 13.56 feet, with a request to increase the height to 19.47 feet. Per CTU 212-47.H, the maximum permitted lot coverage is 5%. The existing lot coverage is 8% currently, with a request to increase the lot coverage to 10.45% for the expansion. Per CTU 212-156.A, non-conforming buildings may be destroyed and rebuilt, but may not be taller or larger than the footprint of the existing building. The address of the house and detached accessory building is 123 Maplewood Road. Is the appellant or the representative here? And Mr. Representative, Mr. James, do you want to state your case to us? Actually, we've already discussed your appeal in previous meetings, so do you have updates for us tonight? I think unless you guys want more than that, review or anything, updates would be great.
Yeah, just to report back, just from our previous meeting. We obviously brought in the heights and the averages and things into the calculations, so you can really understand. And also on the updated site plan, you can really see the difference in scale. If we look, these are to scale to one another, so you can see the original structure and how widening it calls for a slightly higher pitch roof line, so that's where you get that extra height to cover the entirety of the footprint of the deck and to create an egress to get to the incinerator toilet. So that's why that roof is up and why it's wider and bigger to cover that for rain, weather, that kind of things. And that you asked a question, Stephen, I think it was you who asked if I could clarify more, and there was another
Yeah, Kim was here.
Kim was here and she was curious about, or she brought up a great point about the rain in a 24-hour period, that the weather conditions as they are,
Yes.
that we are seeing more 4 or 5 inches of rain in a 24-hour period. So I did go back to the plan for the rain garden and also to the client, and I think you heard from them directly. They're very interested in water management strategies and also preserving as much of the landscape as they can. So what I learned is that basically 1 inch to capture 1 inch in a 24-hour period, it takes about 75 square feet is what you need to capture that much rainfall of 1 inch in a 24-hour period. It takes about 75 square feet of a rain garden.
Okay.
Yes, which is built off of a mulch and a compost. There are levels and sometimes there's sand they'll add depending on the the quality of the soil on the site at the very bottom. So it can-
No gravel underneath or anything, nothing
it
planned for
really
that?
depends on the quality of the soil. So when we,
Yeah.
you know, if we get to move forward with this, we will go and evaluate and they'll follow the standard based off of the soil condition for drainage. But so that's it. So we have the space to capture comfortably up to 3 inches in a, you know, given the site size and the conditions without, you know, killing tree roots and things like that. So
Mhm.
I think that was a great improvement in that conversation, so we appreciate.
Yeah, and I
that.
think I pointed out, so that was, I'm a real advocate for that because. You have a couple considerations. One is the environment, obviously, and but you're gonna erode. You're gonna start eroding gullies, formation and all that stuff, but all that water is also going down.
Exactly.
Right? So there's a lot of benefits to that. I'm for that.
Yeah, and if this is approved, there's also potential, depending on if this ends up in this current proposed location with the original footprint,
Mhm.
I think we can also shoot some of our downspouts to the north. We can actually create a rain garden to the west, excuse me, to the west towards the road. There's an opportunity to,
Okay,
so between the back of the, well, as you're walking on.
there would be more uphill, so.
Slightly, but yeah, we have enough grade that we could do a slight retain and bring a downspout with a over to.
In addition, or you
In
saying
addition,
instead of-
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it would behoove you to really consider that, and.
Yeah, no, I
you know,
agree.
I'm glad you're not coming back with statistics on how much has rained in the past.
No, I'm not gonna argue that.
No, it's
I
not,
live,
it's not,
I live here, I agree.
it's not worthwhile, really.
Yeah.
Ton of expertise just down the road here,
Yeah,
and we have a great, Northeast Weather Station is there. Climate Center is there, so we have good recordings that, we're way past where we used to. be.
Yeah.
Yep.
no, so thank you again for bringing that to
Sure.
my attention. Yeah, that's something for all projects moving forward. I've done several projects along the lake, not necessarily in Ulysses, but Ithaca, and so this is an ongoing conversation.
Good.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked about gravel is because we had one, more recently, and we were calculating how much it would take to put in there, and I think there was several inches of some kind of, it wasn't crushed rock, do you remember?
Pressure line.
It wasn't, it was, yeah, something like that, but it just might have been just gravel, that different size of gravel, but then the depth was the thing we were all trying to calculate.
Yeah,
So that's right near where you are, and I thought that was a good idea too. I'm not sure if the soil is good, so I would watch out for the soil depth. Protection, what type it is. You gonna
Exactly.
analyze, or you're just gonna dig and look?
no, we'll have it analyzed when we go into the development of that. Yeah,
Yeah, the mulch is cool, is interesting and fine, but may not be enough to get the water to, it may retain some water, but it may end as just running over the top of it. That's our pan play there. Thank you, sorry to interrupt you.
that's okay. Those were the main points that I took away in my notes of action items. And it really, and I wanted to just get further insight. So one of the things that we explored was possibility of relocating this structure. I mean, if we move it a foot, not even a foot to the north, we can clear the 12-inch, excuse me, 12-foot side lot, but regardless, we're still in the 40-foot setback zone.
Mhm.
So that doesn't solve really anything because it's already completely in the setback zone as it is right now. But the challenge of trying to move it to accommodate that is something that we are open to. But by moving it further to the east, what we will lose is elevation. And they will be looking at the side of their house as opposed to the current lake views that they have. So that's, I mean, something that they would like to be able to maintain as part of the appeal of the property. But they're certainly understanding that as it's built, we're asking to go beyond what is typical and what is the precedent, which is to build in kind we're asking to enlarge it. And that's the bottom line. And the scale of this is very small, but in the scheme of things, it's relative, right? But it is, regardless, we are asking to go larger, and that is the standard. So that is why we are asking you guys to consider, this as a variance. That's really our case. So it's really up to you to evaluate all of the conditions. We can move it, like I said, to the east. But the further east we go away from the setback, the steep grade drops off so that they're looking at, there. So, and I'll also point out,
And then is there room for the rain garden at that point? You're getting
well,
squishing in.
we're gonna lose rain, because we're starting to encroach on a leach field to the north.
Okay,
And we want to also maintain the function of that. Right now, really the setback is, this is the real conundrum, I guess, because it's also, right now, it's very private from the neighbors. It's not in their sight lines for anyone who's.
and then what would happen if you moved it?
Then everyone will see everyone.
Everyone.
Well, everyone will be, yeah. So we have trees buffering, we have accessory units on the other properties that are also blocking sight lines. So I think for the arrangement of their current neighbors and that have been there for a while, everyone likes this strategy.
Mhm.
But again, this is for you guys to.
No, that's good, we like that you considered alternatives and.
Yeah.
Any other updates on since the last time?
That's really it. I think you've already recapped the heights and the things, the calculations that to help you really evaluate the impact. And we were talking about, I think I said a few feet, I couldn't recall, but from 13.5 to 19 and almost
something.
19.5.
Yeah,
So-
that was a little bit like more than I thought.
Me
Yeah.
too. Yeah, me too.
Landing too, I'm
No.
like, that is a lot taller, cause I think the wall heights, it's not just that the roof. It's not just that the structure got wider, there's also the wall heights got higher and the pitch got.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. So the purpose of this space is to function as an office, and they are hoping to get approval to have a more comfortable space. Again, it's 9 by 12, I think, is the footprint, and so they're maintaining the same footprint. But as it is, the peak, the pitch is, I think it's not a very significant pitch. It's like 412 maybe, or I think it's pretty.
Mhm.
It's almost, so we're thinking about snow load, we're thinking about
Loft.
loft, exactly,
Height.
yeah.
I know, it's all.
Yes.
The
You get
height,
it. You
everything.
can see everything in
Yeah.
the actual design, the logic behind that and how we arrived at that.
Which is that with the office, not the office, that's a sleeping area or something.
Yeah, they have the option for a sleeping area.
But, it just is, it's kicking it up higher. I mean, I went by there and it looked fine and I thought, oh yeah, a little bit. I don't know, I thought it was maybe gonna be 2 feet higher, but it's like.
It's
what,
like 4.5 or
6?
5.
6.
Oh, 6, okay. Yeah, but if you
13.6 to 19.5, almost.
yeah,
That's a lot bigger. So
so.
this, I didn't realize that was gonna be quite that big, so.
Mhm. And as I said, if that is something from really studying it from the road where passersby would perceive this structure or the shift, it is down a pretty significant grade. So I think there is that you will perceive a little bit more of it than you do now. And again, they're really excited about this. So if it means, if that is a detail that is just a deal breaker for anyone, for whatever reason, again, we can move the building further down. There might be a middle ground.
So they want, like, the height is more important to them.
Well, they want to get if they're gonna invest the resources into this, they want it to really be functional over time for various use. So
So they want that lock.
they would love that because they could,
Had
yeah,
space in there.
yeah, exactly. It's currently a 2.
Would they move it? You have to rebuild the whole
Well,
building.
we have to rebuild it regardless. The structural post and footings are not to code. They're not structurally.
Yeah, you're gonna rebuild the whole thing.
The whole thing has to be
Yeah,
rebuilt.
right.
So if we moved it 2 feet or 3 feet down the hill, you know, it's the same thing. It's just,
And that would actually increase the setback as well, right?
it would increase the setback, exactly, but we still,
be.
we'll still be in it.
inside Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
unless we, like I said, if we go out of it, then we're butting up closer to the house. Which then brings up a conversation around insurance, you know, the closer you have to structures. Your insurance starts to have different conditions based off of fire. You know, a liability, if one building catches on fire, then depending on how close it is, it can trigger your insurance policy to change and accordingly for that liability. So they would like to avoid that as well. But yeah, as I said, that's the, Cheryl, thank you. You're right, that is more significant,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, I don't know.
right?
I mean, you would see it more. It's not a bad site really, and it's off the road and it's down and. It's just
Streets
more
on the road.
massive. It's gonna be more beautiful, but it is more massive.
We ended up on the same thing, like, oh, 6 feet, wow,
Sure.
it's not 2 feet, or I
Does
thought.
does the pitch need to go up that way, like?
Well, if you look at the structure and you imagine anything less than that, there is gonna be, again, the height. So the idea in the loft is that you can sit up. You can sit cross-legged, you know, an adult person could sit up there if they.
What is that height?
If you could ever get out of the cross-legged position.
Yeah, so that's where that came from. I think originally where the request to increase the pitch. Let me see. Is it marked on here? It's not,
But it's
Four-
13.6
four-
minus 9.
4.6 plus. Let's see it. I don't see it noted here. Yeah, I don't see. I mean, I could do
Wow.
some math and get a rough.
And is this a free season?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, literally, they use it for 2 months. They use it 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
And I think-
it won't be heated or,
no,
Mini
it won't be
split.
heated. They're gonna have a mini split for air conditioning, but they don't use, they have them in their house and they're actually usually outside. They're here for July and they're usually sitting out on the porch. But the neighbor to the north also, they actually have I think it's like they use it much more like a rental. They're similar situation. They live elsewhere. They might come for a holiday kind of thing. And it's, you know, the scale of that. I don't know the size of that lot, the scale of that structure compared to this pales in comparison to the immediate neighbor to the north. So again, when you're thinking about relationships in the close proximity, yes, this is growing percentage wise. But as you look out the window, you see, you know, a very large scale structure.
I feel visually it could handle a 6 foot increase. It's not a bad thing. I'm uncomfortable with that. It was like. I'm uncomfortable that adding a third change, I mean, that's a third change, you know, we're going. Whatever, increase in height, then kicks it over to another
Minutes.
variance, but it was gonna increase in height anyway, right?
What?
So I'm wrestling with this, cause I was okay with it being a couple feet and now it was 6 feet and. But so that didn't really change the nature of the, changing the variance request.
Yeah, the design hasn't changed, I think.
And what's the total height off the ground there at that point of the new proposal?
Well, it's an average,
Mm-hmm,
and I think it was, average was 14, it says 14. That's right. Okay, so I guess the way it's calculated is average from grade to finished floor,
mm-hmm.
which is, and the existing is 3.52 feet. And then the new one, it's 4.8 feet. So that's the average is slightly higher for the average of the floor. The floor is trying to maintain exactly the plane that it is in now. The
But
difference
it's just bigger,
is as it pushes
then-
out and the
yeah.
drop off, it gets slightly
it
higher.
brings the average up.
Exactly, and then as you go to the total building height to ridge, you see the 13 and then you get the 19, so that was calculated by the average of the grade of 13.52 plus the actual height of the structure from finished floor is 10 feet and 4 inches, or 10 feet, 10.4 feet, sorry, in existing, so.
That's from the floor,
From the floor is 10 feet, let's call it 10 feet.
and you said the average was three, the floor was 3 feet, is that what you said?
No, from grade average to the finished floor
Mhm.
is
4.8.
3.5 from the existing. So when we go from 10.4 finished floor to ceiling, let's say on the existing up to 14.6.
That's the big change.
That's where the 10.4 to the 14.67 is where we're getting, in my mind, is the 4 foot, calculation. But at that point, I had not, until you were recommended, I had not done an average of the grade.
Mhm.
So that really spikes the number up to the that we're getting to the difference between 13.56 and 19.47 because we're expanding out as the grade decreases.
Right, changes with the average.
Yeah,
Um. I like that you're being really careful on everything else. I like that you're, the consideration of the rain gardens and you seem to be doing it the right way.
And we're keeping the trees.
And keeping the
Right.
trees, I really like that. I'm not sure what would happen if you moved it.
well, you
Yeah.
can see on the site survey, the trees are to the north and right immediately to the east is a very large tree, so if we move it, we're definitely into,
Gonna
there's a
affect
very
that,
likelihood
yeah.
that we would compromise those
Mhm.
anchoring trees.
Mhm.
the roots.
Right.
I mean, it's definitely pushing me, this height and volume thing is definitely pushing my, like, I thought this was gonna get easy, yes, and it's pushing me now too. But, I think I'm still going with, the neighbors we're all very positive about it. We got 3 letters and they are. I know what construction costs, so to do this. And make it safe and usable and more attractive, like the neighbors were saying, that they like it'll improve the look of the property and. I can see why they would wanna get a little bit more out of that investment. As far as use, so. I still think probably the benefit to them is greater than the deficit to the.
Yeah, I mean, I think arguably the description of the rain gardens and. And that effort will actually improve the water drainage and overall have a positive benefit on the impact of the property on the lake. So there are trade-offs, I guess you could say, of the overall project.
Yeah, I agree with that. Cheryl's, did you see it the way around, getting 6 feet as opposed to 2 or 3?
I think they could bring down the pitch, keep the wall height so they could get that. Up there, bring the pitch back down, but I don't know if it would get much, wouldn't.
And would that make a material difference? I mean, it sounds like the neighbors are fine with it. The question,
Neighbors probably don't know exactly what it's gonna look like, but. In general, it sounds like this spot is not.
that it's not gonna obstruct views
Yeah.
of the lake for them. The question would be, driving by. And it's hard to remember what it looks like in the winter, because right now everything is treed. So, right now it appears adding 6 feet is not gonna change the view of the lake. When all the leaves are off the trees, it's possible,
There's really no one back there,
but
that's a road, like, there's no one behind the thing,
That's right, it's on the.
is that what you're
Right.
saying?
but
Oh,
the
for
view of the lake, but I'm talking about
for
the
the road.
right,
Oh.
the view to people driving by.
Yeah, there's.
I mean, I don't think
There's a big.
it's a substantial impact. And again, when you drive on Maplewood, I'd say the majority of the properties have garages and stuff that are highly visible, more so than this would be even with the additional 6 feet. So I don't think it changes the character of the neighborhood at all.
I'm with you, what you said. I thought, okay,
Yeah,
I'm liking this. This is really good.
Yeah.
Except 6 feet.
I
Why
know,
6
it's big.
feet?
When you compare this one, I
What a
just,
sticking point. You had to go for 6 and not 4.
I don't know.
I think it's more about the, it's really about the feeling of not being claustrophobic in this space. We are still talking about a 9 by 12 footprint, which won't fit a bed unless it's wall to wall, which doesn't really leave them the option to use it, which they're in the next 10, 15 years as their sole work from home office when they're, inside. So they're trying to have it have a dual function. And yeah, you're right. It is more than a few feet. We're talking about 6 feet. But it really is up to you to decide if that is going to be to the detriment of the character of the neighborhood.
Thank you, yes, I think I'm just showing you my work here. It's like, oh, and the reason
Yeah.
why we're,
Yeah. They're also the property right to the north. They have this architectural detail as a prominent architectural feature on their vernacular of their house. So they have this kind of very similar pitch with the wooden truss.
Mhm.
And so this is actually kind of having a conversation with their neighbor art from a design standpoint. So it's much more, I think for them, it's very pleasing to look out and
It's
see.
not on the back though.
What's that?
Oh, it's only on the front.
It's only on the front facing the lake. And what you see from the back is, as you pointed out, during the winter, you'll see a little bit of it, but it's a dark brown stain with a gray roof that will blend in really with the environment. The trees are gray and the earth, and then I don't think it obstructs your view of the lake as you're driving by or walking by it.
Got any questions for the? Okay, so I noticed we had 3 letters, 2 previously and 1 more recently. That's it, Carissa, is that right? Niels, is Niels still in?
Yep, that's correct, just 3.
Yep, okay, great, thanks. They were all pretty favorable too, and especially
Yeah.
the last one was of detailed and good. And notice was given to everybody in the vicinity, all the neighbors in the properties in the vicinity. I think I'm gonna now open the public portion of the hearing in order to hear comments from public about the variance request. This variance request only, and there's not much action going on in Zoomlandia. Mr. Ritchie, do you have anything to add to this conversation?
Sounds good to me.
Ms. Wilson? Okay, great.
Try.
All right, I don't mean to shut you down,
Yeah.
close you off from commenting, but I'm closing the public portion. Okay. All right, the public portion of the hearing is now closed. So. Any more questions at all? Are we good? Does someone want to put this forward? Is there a motion required?
Don't we have to do the seeker first? As a technical.
That's a good one. That's a good, I'm glad you
Yeah,
pointed that out. Niels, can you give us a little guidance on this? We have to do the seeker first?
Yes, you have to do resolution 4 first. That's your seeker. You can't issue a decision until the determination has been made.
Thank you. All right, so let's pull out that resolution.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that sounded from your email, Niels, that you didn't find anything that if you're more experienced with seeker, you're just asking your insight on this. You didn't see anything problematic in your review.
You gave a
No.
couple comments, a couple elements, right?
Yeah, correct. Correct, Cheryl. I didn't see anything. And really what this boils down to is if you do If the board does find that there is something moderate to large that would require a positive declaration, that means the applicant has to do an EIS or environmental impact statement, and that's a much more laborious and expensive proposal.
Mhm.
But yes, I didn't see anything that triggered anything there.
Moderate to large, what number is that?
I didn't either. I was just, I guess I didn't know that we were the lead agency on this, so that was my only question earlier.
So we just need a motion to accept this document that prepared.
Yeah, I think there's a,
Yeah, right here.
where is this?
This is first.
Yeah, so I think in the motion, we should probably read these.
Okay,
16 things, so it makes a motion.
okay. I'll make the motion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the resolution of secret determination for the area variances related to the Pillar Chase accessory building located at 123 Maplewood Road, Town of Ulysses, tax parcel 28.1-17. Whereas the Board of Zoning Appeals finds the following: the proposed action is related to a site plan application with the planning board to renovate and construct in addition to an existing non-conforming detached accessory building located at 123 Maplewood Road. And,
Hey, I'll just break in here because
Mhm.
when I read that, that's why I was a little
yeah,
bit
renovate,
confused
right?
when we were talking earlier and you said you're gonna actually totally rebuild it. And I don't have any concern or objection to that. It's just making sure our wording is accurate in this first paragraph. It sounds like maybe we need to say the building will be rebuilt or
Yeah.
something.
I agree.
Is that
That
correct?
is correct. Thank you for the clarification.
So where this comes in is the town's own zoning code on this. It comes under the non-conforming clause, where even if it's a demo, a complete demo like what's proposed now, it's under a category called restoration.
Hmm.
So that's where that came in, or where that terminology came in is from the town's own zoning code on the non-conforming clause for quote rehabilitation and restoration.
As long as everybody knows what it means, I think it's fine.
We can't
But
use the word rebuild.
They just trying to put it in that category just to keep it in the. It's a non-conforming structure that exists already, and this is just dealing with that non-conforming. Structure and update, what was the restoration? Is that the word that? Is thrown out there?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What's the?
Well, this is the application to the planning board is to renovate and construct. Let them have it, that's their thing. I don't know, we didn't pick that up. I guess that's what the application is for.
Yeah, that's what I was. I'm actually okay with it. I mean. I go
Are
with
you okay with
I'm fine with
It's-
that. I
it's
just wanted to-
definitely-
I
Make
like
sure
it, I
it's
like the
understood.
clarification. Because in our mind, it's not necessarily renovation,
Right,
it's a rebuild, but
Right.
one could construe it as a renovation of the site.
Complete renovation.
All right, if you don't mind, I don't mind, I don't mind moving forward.
Okay, number 2, the subject lot is zoned LS Lakeshore Zone and it's in the HSD3 Hudson silty clay loam, 12 to 20% slopes, eroded steep slope overlay. In the Maple Glen and Lake Slopes unique natural area. And the proposal will require 3 area variances to decrease the front yard setback from 40 feet to 20 feet 6 inches for the building expansion. Increase, so the reason I'm stopping there is because that didn't change.
That's correct,
Um,
right?
So. Yeah, I'm confused, cause that,
Why, what's the
well, I mean, that,
setback won't
why would
change
we say
really.
decrease if it's not change?
What do you mean it
It's
didn't?
probably
change?
just the, well. That line. Is that the same line as it was originally, according to the drawings?
No, I think the expansion will put you closer to the,
It's a decrease,
the
because of the angle of the structure, we're not changing
Oh.
orientation. So what happens as you go further
You know,
north,
7 inches, okay,
you lose 7 inches because of that angle, it just gets, we're not changing the orientation, it kind of. Has a relationship to the parallel of the house structure.
can we put a note about that in there? Anyone? Can we say? That it's, the decrease is only 7 inches. Compared to the existing,
yeah, I think that was up front in the,
okay,
So
so not in this one, but in the.
no, we can do it in the next one for
Okay,
sure, yeah.
alright.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Alright.
like that, I like what you're saying.
Alright, so let's go, alright, we finished number 2, I'm gonna start number 3 over. 3, the proposal will require 3 area variances to decrease the front yard setback from 40 feet to 20 feet 6 inches for the building expansion, increase the maximum permitted lot coverage from 5% to 10.45% and increase the existing non-conforming buildings square footage from 80 square feet to 315 square feet. And to increase the building height from 13.56 feet to 19.47 feet. And number 4, the proposal is an unlifted action under seeker for which the town of Ulysses Board of Zoning Appeals is conducting an uncoordinated environmental review in relation to the requested area variances. So that's that, not an agency, but uncoordinated. Right?
Is, what? What's the question?
It's an uncoordinated.
Uncoordinated environmental review. What's your
Yeah.
question? We're the
Yeah.
lead agency.
Um,
Is that right, Niels?
That you're doing an uncoordinated review? Yes.
Yeah, it says that BZA is doing conducting an uncoordinated environmental review. That's right, right? We don't have any co-lead agency?
so we're not the lead agency, it's just is there a lead agency in an uncoordinated review?
No, there's not. The planning board will do their environmental review and you guys are doing your own environmental review.
Okay, because Steve was asking earlier. Are we a lead agency?
Yeah, we are. I saw it on the thing.
So why does he think we're a lead agency?
Town of Ulysses, name of lead agency, Town of Ulysses Board of Zoning Appeals.
Which document?
The short environmental assessment determination.
On your resolution?
The one I have to sign, the short environmental assessment form, part 3, determination of significance.
The PDF. Hold on a second.
Okay. That's page 2, that's page 1.
Probably you have to put something on it. Okay, I see it, yep.
Got
But
it.
they-
So yeah, that's a standard DEC form, so I can't change that. We can just cross that out and put uncoordinated review by BZA.
Okay, I think we should do that.
Okay, which one are we crossing out?
Lead.
It's
Uncoordinated?
the top of the PDF,
Lead
or
agency.
free, it's not a PDF, huh? It says short environmental assessment form part 2 impact assessment.
Yeah,
Just cross out lead agency.
under the name of.
Okay,
Okay. Number 4 is again, the proposal is an unlisted action, under seeker for which the town of Ulysses Board of Zoning Appeals is conducting an uncoordinated environmental review in relation to the requested area variances. And number 5, the Board of Zoning Appeals on September 17th, 2025 has reviewed and accepted as adequate a map entitled Proposed Site Plan Parcel 28-1-17 prepared by Brotherton Construction LLC dated September 5th, 2025. And has reviewed and accepted as adequate a short environmental assessment form prepared by the applicant dated June 19th, 2025. And other application materials. And number 6, the proposal should not create a material conflict with the 2009 land use plan or zoning regulations of the Lake Shore LS zones. And number 7, the proposal will not result in a change in the use of the land and should not result in the use intensity of the land. And number 8, proposal should not impair the character or quality of the existing community. And number 9, the proposal will not have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area. Number 10, the proposal should not result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkways. Number 11, the proposal should not cause a significant increase in the use of energy. Number 12, the proposal should not significantly impact existing water supplies or wastewater treatment utilities. And number 13, the proposal will not impair the character or quality of important historical, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources. And number 14, the proposal should not result in an adverse change to natural resources. And number 15, the proposal should not result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems. Number 16, the proposal should not create a hazard to the environmental resources or human health. Now therefore, the Board of Zoning Appeals resolve the following. That the Town of Ulysses Board of Zoning Appeals hereby makes a negative determination of environmental significance in accordance with Article 8 of the Environmental Conservation Law and 6 NYCRR Part 617, New York State Environmental Quality Review, for the above referenced action as proposed based on the information in the short environmental assessment form, and therefore an environmental impact statement will not be required.
maybe a second to that motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Any further discussion on this? I thought carefully about all these. Each individual one, what's 16 of them? I don't really have any issue with any of these in terms of being offered here. Proposed here. Yes, I still feel that way. I'm still a little unclear about the uncoordinated environmental review. We're going with uncoordinated, is that right?
Yeah.
Alright, okay, good. And then wording on the proposed, it's the same wording we keep tripping over because it's a 40-foot and they're trying to encroach on that all the way down to 20 foot 6 inches. Because every time you do something different, you have to kind of, you're facing the real setback.
I mean, it just sounds very large. If someone just got this
I
sheet,
agree.
they would be like,
Oh, I
all
agree.
these people just.
So I don't know what we add to this here, but we're definitely gonna, I want to pick that up and when we're doing the variances.
Okay.
Because I really like the wording of, it's currently 21 feet 1 inch. And the request is to bring it down to 20 feet 6 inches, the difference of.
Yeah, I mean, we could just add a sentence that says.
I don't know if we can add to this. Can we add to this, Niels?
Yeah, you can add that to it.
So in
Okay, all right.
number 3, we could add
I'm done with it.
that a sentence. We get a real salt and that for those.
Yeah,
Creative
go ahead.
assignment, okay.
This one here, that I wrote here,
Number
it's
3.
currently at 21 1 inch. 20 feet 1 inch, and the request will reduce it to 20.
Postpone
Further.
either. So should we put in parentheses here or
No? We'll just add a sentence. You can do
at the end?
variances. Right after that. No one state, this one here.
We'll require two variances and they're all a comma.
Oh, I see, yeah, put it in there. Yeah, all right, parentheses, I'm fine.
Right,
You could just skip right to it and say it's a reduction of 20 inches, 20 feet 6 from.
okay, so,
21.
first, after the word expansion, before the comma, we put in parentheses. The.
7 inches more than the we want to do it, say.
Yeah.
7 inches,
The. Setback is only being reduced 7 inches
from its current,
from its current. From the building's current position.
okay, good, I like that.
But you
One
can
more
get
time.
higher than that.
No, that isn't bad.
The setback is only being reduced 7 inches.
From its current non-conforming state.
Nice.
Yeah, good. All right, I like that.
I also, I mean, this looks huge, this, 80 square feet to 315, but I would like to put another parentheses and say that's mostly porch. Open porch.
I'm fine with that, we call it a deck or a porch. Like,
The porch.
porch. Good,
So we do another one. Parentheses,
So 315 square feet. Then
most of which is covered porch. Or open porch, let's say open. Is open,
yeah, it's only a little structure.
right. You wanna read through that to us? Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Good review.
the proposal will require 3 area variances to decrease the front yard setback from 40 feet to 20 feet, 6 inches for the building expansion. Parentheses, the setback is only being reduced 7 inches from its current non-conforming state. Increase the maximum permitted lot coverage from 5% to 10.45%. And increase the existing non-conforming building's square footage from 80 square feet to 315 square feet. Parentheses, most of which is open porch, and to increase the building height.
Okay, thank you.
Good, I like that.
I just felt the need to
Yeah, put some comments in like you normally do.
Justify. A little bit,
That's in keeping with what we do as all our resolutions.
okay. Yes, you're right. Okay, so. You vote?
Good, yes, okay, so done, discussion?
Yes.
All right, how about call the vote, all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye. All right, so the motion carries, it is the seeker termination. Resolution carries. That's one,
Okay,
and then I'm gonna need to sign it at some point.
here,
That's all right, I'll do it.
Do it later.
I guess send it there so easy.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Who wants to take that on?
and I guess I can do that.
Okay, great, thank you.
Whereas the Board of Zoning Appeals finds the following: 1. A request for 3 area variances was submitted to the Board of Zoning Appeals by Ryan James on behalf of the property owners Jonathan Fuller and Cynthia Chase for property located at 123 Maplewood Road, tax parcel 28.1-17. And 2. The variance requests are related to a site plan application with the planning board to renovate and construct an addition to an existing non-conforming detached accessory building. And 3, the subject lot is zoned LS Lakeshore Zone and is in the HSD3 Hudson Silty Clay Loam, 12 to 20% slopes, eroded steep slope overlay, and the Maplewood Glen and Lake Slopes unique natural area. And 4, the first area variance request is relief from the code of the town of Ulysses, CTU 212-47.e, in conjunction with CTU 212-167.a to construct an addition to the detached accessory building within the 40-foot minimum required front yard setback. And 5, the second area variance request is relief from CTU 212-47.h to exceed the maximum permitted 5% lot coverage. And 6, the third area variance is relief from CTU 212-156.a to increase both the square footage and height of the existing non-conforming building. And 7, the proposal is an unlisted action for which the Town of Ulysses Board of Zoning Appeals made a negative determination of environmental significance in an uncoordinated review on September 17th, 2025, after having reviewed and accepted as adequate a short environmental assessment form prepared by the applicant. And I'm just pausing because what is the negative determination?
Then if they don't have to do an environmental.
Oh,
Yeah,
the way it's worded, it sounds,
The negative is.
I wanted to make sure I understood what we
Yeah,
meant by
that's the-
negative, okay. So,
Another convention, another community convention.
yeah, it's convention.
okay, so we're in agreement on that. 8, the action required 239 review, and Tompkins County determined in their comment letter dated August 8th, 2025, that the proposal will not have a significant countywide or intercommunity impact. And 9, the BZA did conduct a public meeting on September 17th, 2025, and discussed the proposed variance requests. And 10, notice of the public hearing was published in the Ithaca Journal, was posted on the town's public legal notice board, was posted on the town's webpage, was posted on the subject property, and was mailed to property owners within a 500-foot radius of the subject property. And I'll just pause there. I didn't independently confirm all of those. Has somebody done so?
Mhm.
Okay, great. 11, the BZA did conduct a public hearing on September 17th, 2025, where it reviewed a site plan entitled Proposed Site Plan Parcel 28.1-17, prepared by Brotherton Construction LLC, dated September 5th, 2025, and other application materials. And 12, by considering the criteria listed in the Consolidated Laws of New York, Chapter 62, Article 16, Section 267-B.3.b, the BZA reviewed the record and weighed the benefits to the applicant against the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood if the variances were granted.
No, I don't, just, can I interrupt for a second? I don't think I have to read all those.
No, I think we're fine, and it's the usual statutory things. we always
If you
do.
don't want. to. But if
Okay.
you would feel like going.
Okay, so the usual statutory items are listed. So moving on then to now therefore, the Board of Zoning Appeals resolves the following. 1, the benefit to the applicant in the granting of the area variance to decrease the front yard setback from 40 feet to 20 feet 6 inches for the building expansion will outweigh the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood. And we're agreed on that, but did we want to put some of the language that we put before in the
Yes.
seeker?
Yes,
I would go with parentheses again after. Let's see, should we put in the same place?
Yeah.
After the building expansion or,
Maybe just after 20 feet 6 inches, parentheses.
I'm okay with even adding it at the end. This is
Or just a
a
new
double
sentence.
sentence like the other one.
okay, and that
Yeah,
under
do that.
sentence,
Yeah, that would be that, currently it's 21 point.
currently
The current
the current
That back.
structure.
for the
The structure.
non-conforming structure is 20. Point.
Or at least 21 feet 1 inch.
So the change is only 7.
Did you get that, Carissa?
The current setback for the non-conforming structure is 21.
1 feet, 1 inch.
So the change is only 7 inches.
Thank you.
Yes. And 2, the granting of the area variance to decrease the front yard setback will not create an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood and will not be a detriment to nearby properties. The structure is minimally disruptive and consistent with others in the neighborhood. I think we all agree.
This, to me, we don't have to, but to me, that seems like a place to add the letters from the neighbor, note that neighbors. At least 3 neighbors have commented that it.
I don't like making a popularity contest. We take it under advisement. It's one of the many things we can say.
Okay. So we're okay with paragraph Evans? 3, the benefit sought by the applicant to decrease the front yard setback cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. The applicant has considered other alternatives, but the only option to increase the building footprint without this variance would impact the mature tree and its root system, which would negatively impact the soil integrity of the subject work site. 4, the requested area variance to decrease the front yard setback is substantial. 5, the proposed area variance to decrease the front yard setback will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district, because as discussed, the mature tree in proximity will be preserved subject to the condition of approval.
This nails.
6, the alleged difficulty necessitating the request to decrease the front yard setback is self-created. 7, the benefit to the applicant in granting of the area variance to increase the maximum permitted lot coverage from 5% to 10.45% will outweigh the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood with the condition in place. 8, the granting of the area variance to increase the maximum permitted lot coverage will not create an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood and will not be a detriment to nearby properties. 9, the benefits sought by the applicant to increase the maximum permitted lot coverage cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. The applicant has considered other alternatives, but there were no options that did not require an area variance. 10, the requested area variance to increase the maximum permitted lot coverage is substantial. 11, the proposed area variance to increase the maximum permitted lot coverage will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district, subject to the condition of approval. 12, the alleged difficulty necessitating the request to increase the maximum permitted lot coverage is self-created. 13, the benefit to the applicant in the granting of the area variance to increase the existing non-conforming building square footage from 80 square feet to 315 square feet, and to increase the building height from 13.56 feet to 19.47 feet will outweigh the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood with the condition in place. 14, the granting of the area variance to increase the building square footage and building height will not create an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood and will not be a detriment to nearby properties. 15, the benefits sought by the applicant to increase the building square footage and building height cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than by an area variance. The applicant has considered other alternatives, but there were no options that did not require an area variance. The request, 16, the requested area variance to increase the building square footage and building height is substantial. 17, the proposed area variance to increase the building square footage and building height will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district, subject to the condition of approval. 18, the alleged difficulty necessitating the request to increase the building square footage and building height is self-created. For the reasons set forth above, And upon the evidence, law and facts, the BZA hereby does grant the area variance to decrease the front yard setback from 40 feet to 20 feet 6 inches for the building expansion. Does grant the area variance to increase the maximum permitted lot coverage from 5% to 10.45%. And does grant the area variance to increase the existing non-conforming building square footage from 80 square feet to 315 square feet. And to increase the building height from 13.56 feet to 19.47 feet. Subject to the following condition. And the condition of approval is number 1, there shall be minimal disturbance of the land during construction to the maximum extent feasible, and no trees shall be removed. And then we did discuss at length the rain garden and drainage.
Yeah, I'd like to put that in there somewhere, and I'd like to put. You wanna do the thing about the porch too?
Okay.
Yeah, when you go into that same thing you said earlier, 80 square feet from 315, most of which is. Porch, you said, open to. What do you want to put about the rain garden? What was it? What was it?
I guess it would be number 2. There will be a rain garden that has been designed to capture up to 3 inches of rainfall in a 24-hour period
Did you say 24-hour
Yeah,
period?
that's
Okay,
correct.
good. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
There's,
to mitigate the effect of,
Additional roof area
yes.
or additional hard surface area.
Okay,
we have this.
a rain garden has been designed to capture up to 24 inches in a 24-hour
Oh,
period.
no, 3 inches.
Yes, wow, impressive.
Covering the whole neighborhood.
Yeah,
3 inches in a 24-hour period to mitigate the effect of the additional hard surface area.
It has been designed or is being,
Will be provided.
yeah, something like that.
yeah, will be
Because you
provided.
gotta work on the details.
Yeah, we have the concept, we just need to, yeah.
The rain garden will be
formalize it.
provided. Somewhere has to say will be provided,
Yes,
not just for them.
good point.
Okay, so number 13, the benefit,
Yeah.
building square footage from 80 to 13 square feet, most of which is open porch to go
Mhm.
after 315 square feet before the comma.
Mhm.
Do you know what the area of the porch is?
I was just looking at,
Because most of which is fine, but if we have a
yeah,
number,
well, it's,
Mhm.
I think, I'm just trying to figure out the easiest math, and I think that
subtract them and then subtract the bathroom.
yeah, the bathroom is really. It's 5 by 4 or something, let's see.
It's gonna be 60.
Okay,
It's gonna end up being 60.
yeah, so it's, the bathroom is. Let's call it 5 by 5, so
25.
that's, 25,
Yep. Mhm.
and then we have 9 times 12,
Okay.
So it's 110,
yes. 9,
190,
9 times 12 plus.
210.
I need to get my calculator.
I think it's 210.
Okay, so if you subtract the total of, what was it, 3,
235 is the difference.
okay. So that's the work. There's something minus 235. Or,
Okay, so that's like 90%. Pretty,
That's good.
that's
Close.
crazy.
Nearly 90% of which is
nearly 90%, yeah,
Yeah,
which is.
open porch.
So that 80 square feet, does that include the little porch that's on it? On the original? Let me look at that.
I'm doing a calculation of all the porch from the, including the original, so I'm getting 133 for the enclosed finished space. Was a 9 by 12 plus the 25 is 133. If you take the overall, which I think we said was 300, you have that number in front of you?
They said it's 315.
315,
in our-
right.
Right,
in our
okay,
document.
so 315 minus 133. So that's 182 square feet of porch. 133 square feet of finished interior space.
So where are we getting this 80 feet?
It
80
was
square
for
feet?
80 square. The building square footage from 80 to,
Is it, I mean, it's 1210 by 910 plus the porch, and we're counting, it sounds like we're counting the porches, so.
So was the porch not included in the original?
Yeah,
number?
it's 12 times 9. Yeah, I don't know why we're saying 80 square feet. I don't, that's a little misleading.
Where is it, where are you, guys, see what you're looking
sure,
All
it
these
says,
documents we've been reading out loud. have
at?
some-
Oh, they're in your documents, or in my documents that are presented, or?
yeah, I actually think it was the original. There it is.
What the variance is saying, it's going from 80 square feet to 350.
So maybe the 80 is
80 would be,
inclusive only of
I
interior
think that's
space
accurate,
and the
would be only 8 by 10.
because the original interior space was the roof, and now the roof is encompassing all of the porches and the addition.
Hmm.
Is that clarifying?
So is there any porch currently?
Yeah,
But even if it was only the inside space, it's still 12 foot 10 by 910, that's still a lot more than 80 square feet.
I think I just quickly did 12 by.
So it wouldn't change what the building outcome will be, but it's just accuracy of confirming what the current is. Oh, I know. And if the
Yeah.
current square footage is greater than 80, then it's not as much of a significant. Which,
I don't have the original.
Where's the 80 to show up, because it didn't show up.
Yeah.
That's actually none of the.
Original 9 by 12, is that what you were referencing?
but that's more than 80.
Yeah, so I think that the 80 may, I don't know if that's a miscalculation or this.
That tax roll or something that's not always accurate.
No,
All we have here is a maximum percentage, is 5%, the existing lot coverage is
oh, you're looking at.
8%, this percent of the lot.
I see, so we had total parcel,
Well,
existing lot coverage, house was 656, covered porch was 22, detached bunkhouse was 80. In total, I wonder,
One house was 80.
that's where
there's
that
80.
came from the calculation of lot coverage. I think maybe, the interior was,
Say 8% lot.
so the deck is.
Yeah,
how many-
another-
Right, so I think. You're saying that.
The existing
the
lot
original,
coverage is
yeah, 910 by
8%.
1210.
If I had-
It's going up to 10 point.
Let's round that up for control.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, 5 is the next one, regulation. What we do is you gotta keep doing it.
So should we put in here that currently it's 80?
Yeah, yes.
Alright.
But, expand lot coverage from 8% to 10.45%, that's what we're doing here.
Right, I was gonna ask about,
That's the variance.
yeah. it seems-
That would be another 7, we would want to put our little parks synthetic. No.
Yes, I put a question mark right next to the benefit map, feels good. So. Permitted lot coverage for 5%, that's permitted,
That's great now.
and then so we do a little parenthetical statement, currently it's 8%.
Okay, or
Going
just,
up
or
to
just a
10.
sub-
What?
or just a
Yeah.
sub-
Uh-huh. So same type of sentence we said before, go for it.
We
The
are
current-
at
Thank you.
number 7. With the
Thank you, Ms. King.
current lot coverage is approximately 50.
Yes.
Number 7.
Number 7, yes.
Yes, okay. So let's see, the
Where's this?
benefit to the applicant in the granting of the area variance to increase the maximum percent of lot coverage. From its current,
No, you have to say 5%, it's,
oh,
yeah,
okay, from 5% to 10.45% will outweigh the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood with the condition in place. And then a separate
and then you wanna
sentence,
say the current
the current lot coverage is
of the non-conforming structure.
of the non-conforming structure is approximately
No, not.
Or not the structure, but
Just say
the.
the current lot coverage.
Lot
is
coverage, yeah, right.
Approximately.
Well. The current non-conforming lot coverage, I think. is-
Okay, that's the current non-conforming lot coverage
Is
is
8%,
8%,
and it will be increasing to, what,
Well,
by
I don't
whatever.
think she has
You wanna say that? Okay,
as we already said.
okay. Good.
Okay,
All right, and what are we
The
doing
current
with it?
How's that?
non-conforming lot coverage is approximately 8%.
yes,
And then what are we doing with this?
11 or 13, the benefit to the applicant granting,
We gotta change 80, it's just wrong.
I think you're right. It's not, it actually, the percentage would go up for the existing conditions. 12 foot 10 by 9 foot 10, I think that 80 is an error.
that's true, then it changes
Yeah,
at
actually,
8%
It
probably.
goes up, so actually it's less of a difference in the lot coverage marginally.
So can you fix these numbers and come back or no? We need to get this done, huh?
I can send you a revision tomorrow, I mean, but it's only gonna, it's not gonna change in any negative way, it's actually gonna minimize the additional.
All right, but we just have to get right, but maybe Niels can. tell us.
Niels, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
The 3 variances are increased height, increased lot coverage. And encroachment on the setback. So why are we talking about square footage here? Why do we,
So the first one's the front yard setback,
yep,
second one's the lot coverage.
correct,
Third one is basically an
Height.
exemption. It's an exemption from the non-conforming clause, which traps both the existing square footage of the structure and the building height together.
oh,
So
okay,
the 80 square feet came from the site plan that talks about the footprint of the existing structure. There is a separate, if you're looking at the site plan, it's on the far right-hand side. It says the detached bunkhouse is 80 square feet. It does call out a covered porch of 22 feet, so you could increase that if you wanted to, saying that the existing is 102 square feet versus 80.
It's really not 8, I mean, on the drawing, it's really not 8 by 10 square feet.
It's 1210 by 910
Yeah, it's more
on the
like,
existing, and it doesn't show the,
100.
or 9 by 12 is just a thumb. You know, I'm wondering if it was,
So it's like around 110 square feet, what is it?
we just have to compare apples to apples, like if we're just talking footprint,
Yep, lot
and that's
coverage,
smaller.
but that's why I was
Yep.
asking about, we're not talking lot coverage anyway, because Leo's saying is back in with the height. That true?
Right, so
If he
for the
changes,
structure to move forward tonight, you can just have Ryan make those amendments do a red line on those site plans that you're working with. And then we can just make the numbers correct in your resolution.
okay, what if his new numbers affect the lot coverage? Can that be changed also?
Yep.
Okay,
He should, I mean, my suggestion is have Ryan make those red lines tonight, and then we can just make those numbered changes in the resolution.
okay. Are you willing to do that, Ryan?
can I go grab my calculator that calculates feet and inches. And I live right across the street. I just need to grab a tool to help me do that quickly. That'd be okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I mean, are we gonna wait? Or-
I mean, do you
said
want
we could
just
do
a
it tonight.
calculator? Is that what you?
Well,
mean?
no, I'm converting 9 foot 10 inches and 12 foot 10 inches into square feet. So it would be easier to use my tool that does that.
Mhm.
And then, Niels, are you saying, before we sign it, or we sign it and then get the paperwork? What were you suggesting?
It's just 0.83.
It's 0.83, it's a decimal point change, so that's for,
12.83
okay, thank you,
times 9.83.
thank you so much.
If that's the
Yes,
numbers to use.
yes, because I was showing,
I think we'll just say approximately, because again, it's
Well,
Yeah.
108, 110.
Yeah,
whatever.
but it's just pretty far off from 80, so it's.
Right.
I mean, that just doesn't sound right from what we're looking at.
right.
so that's.
Thankfully, it doesn't
That's
So,
126,
110-ish square feet to what?
It's still going to 200.
Right, that isn't changing.
right, so it's actually less of a. Jump,
Increase.
yeah, less of an increase.
Okay, so what's your number?
I have 126,
Okay, so let's say approximately 126.
Yes.
Mhm.
So anywhere where that it says 80,
just,
we should replace it with approximately 126 square feet.
Okay,
All right, and then I think we should take off our 90% porch, because it's just too confusing, and go back to mostly.
Right, right,
I'm looking at that, yep.
yeah,
Okay,
rather than we're speaking.
mostly is still,
Yes.
we shall kind of add here.
Is there somewhere else other than number 13 where it has the 80 that needs to be
Yes.
changed to 126?
Well, it was back on 04 here.
Taking the seeker and.
Yeah, the seeker resolution also. Which might already have been reviewed by other people.
No, it is number 3 in the seeker.
And it's also in our final declaration, so that.
Yeah.
A little later on. Yep. $126, interesting.
And what is the one, or what is the root's name?
Okay, so I made those changes. And
Okay,
number 3 of the seeker.
Yes.
you know, 8.4%, it's the percentage of the lot coverage from 8% to 8.4%.
okay.
Number 13 of this resolution, and then in the final
Paragraph,
paragraph right before conditions of approval.
yes.
Okay, now what's the 0.3? I'm gonna go.
The what? 8.4.
It's
8.4%.
it's actually 8.46, so we can say 8.5.
8.5.
Of
Lot
the
coverage.
existing, non-conforming lot coverage.
So that is.
In a few places.
That's number 7. Where we made a little note in number 7.
Okay. Approximately 8.5%.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Is there anywhere else? that needs-
The final paragraph. Oh, no, it's not in the final paragraph. No, you just added that note.
Mm-hmm.
It might be in the secret.
So that, what was the statement in 7? How did that read? Is the other two? Carissa, how was this number 7? What does it say?
Let me get back to the part. Benefit to the applicant in the granting of the area variance to increase the maximum permitted lot coverage from 5% to 10.45% will outweigh the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood with the condition in place. The current non-conforming lot coverage is approximately 8.5%.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, and then our note, can we change it back to mostly porch?
What number is it? Couple places.
Just removing wherever we had 90%.
Changing
I
it
think
to
it was-
mostly.
It was on 13, wasn't it? Did we say something
Seemed
about
like it was earlier,
90%
too.
porch on number 13?
It was in the secret too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, number 3.
Item number 13, most of which is open porch.
Okay, shall we go ahead or? We got
What's the final statement? Are we all set with that?
I think so.
the owner will provide, or what did you put for the?
So what's the
rain
condition?
A rain
I'm still
guard- a rain
stuck
guard
with the
will-
condition.
And number 2, a rain garden will be provided to capture up to 3 inches in a 24-hour period to mitigate the effect of the additional hard surface area.
Very nice, right?
Is that a condition also?
Yeah, that's the condition.
Okay,
along
good,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
field.
perfect, got it, so
So
that's
I guess
very nice.
throughout, we have to add S to conditions of approval.
Yep,
Alright,
And then I make a motion to,
I think that was motion, right?
so the motion is open, and who read it? You did.
I did,
Second,
Yeah, we need a second.
a second.
All right, seconded. I think I'm good with this. Like the writing and all that? All right, call the vote.
I,
Fine.
All right, so all in favor, all, it's unanimous. Motion carries.
That feels like an accomplishment.
Well, it is, so
Up tonight.
we're still calculating on the fly, but we,
Anyone come?
so we gotta listen to what Neil said, though. He needs some redlining somewhere. Probably by the
Well, you
applicant.
can just pull it off right now. But if you think of something that needs to get straightened out, like if you're like,
Well, let's
let us
put that
know.
up to Neil's just in case.
Yeah.
we Start signing up on this.
I think we're clear on the number. It's gonna.
So Niels, are you okay with this?
Plus or minus.
Yep. Just make sure that we have, Ryan, if you can just make a red line on the copies up at the front dais. that would help.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, okay, great.
Would you like, do you have the copies? I can go ahead and mark them and send
And so,
them away.
No, you can use these,
Yeah, just
and
Yeah,
then
are they
we'll
written
on to the
down?
next person.
Yeah.
Right?
that sounds good.
Yep.
So that some of our notes aren't on those yet, the ones that we just made up, but
Agreed.
you'll still be able to
Okay.
see the important one.
Okay.
yeah, that's what
Please.
I wanna sign off on the ones with the new numbers on them, though, Niels.
Once Chris is done with the edits, those can get printed off and you can sign them.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Instead of,
But we can go on to.
yes, we can, yep. Okay, great, good luck. I really like the
Thank
idea of the
you.
rain garden, work hard on getting that,
Be careful with the tree.
there-
Yes. thank
trees,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you all for your
No, thank you.
brain power.
Probably made
Thanks for your
some water,
patience.
so much drought.
Yeah.
I know, we're talking
You
about
know,
tons of
something
water,
to
but
there.
you know what it does, though, it's drought forever, and then we get 5 inches.
I
of it.
know, and it won't soak in though, so
Right.
Oh, you're right.
before you
Good point.
start construction, you'll want, if we don't get rain,
You better hope there's
before
rain.
then, you'll wanna nourish the trees a little bit
Yeah.
to
And
reduce
the
the
soil,
stress.
you would just, wow,
Yeah,
it could just run off over the top, right? Okay, good, we happy with this?
Mhm.
Great, thank you. So I'm not gonna sign anything. The seeker,
Okay.
this one here is different.
That's not right.
That's right, I'll do them all at the end.
Cut that out and put. on-
Yeah, but he said here, that's not here too. but-
No, he was just referring to this document. The woman.
Got it, thank you. Phew.
Next.
Yeah, next. Sorry, we're all out of juice. We had no brain energy left.
right, all in
Mr.
favor?
Ritchie. Okay. Let's see that. First item of new business is a proposal by the applicant Sean Ritchie on behalf of the owner Victoria Wilson. To construct a new 85-foot tram system from the upper portion of the subject lot down the steep slope to the lower portion of the lot near the shoreline. Per the code of Town of Ulysses, CTU 212-47.e, in connection with CTU 212-167.a. The minimum required front setback is 40 feet. The request is to reduce the setback to 5 feet. Per CTU 212-124.4, the minimum required buffer from the lake is 75 feet. The request is to reduce the setback to 5 feet. The address of the house and existing and proposed tram is 1587 Paganic Boulevard. The appellant representative here, who's going to be representing tonight? You want to state your case to us? Give us a quick presentation.
Sure, probably the best one is a photograph. Might have seen the package, but
Yep, great.
at Victoria's property, so she's got basically a very rugged and rigid old tram. And it's no longer functional, it's not really safe. Not that it ever was safe, but it's pretty rugged and been on the property for, you know, way before Victoria bought the property, so not sure how back it goes. And so she like to replace it and upgrade it to our tram system. So they basically the same exact footprint. Our design,
Try to get around this.
well, yeah, because the way the old design was, it ended up with so high above the carriage, you needed additional steps to get down. Our goal was kind of. We're kind of anti-step people, so we try to get down to 1 or 2 at the bottom. For safety and just because we can. Any tram system, like any stair system, like anything, has to go into the 70-foot setback to get to the water. I mean, that's just the
Right.
nature of it. So, you know, 70 feet.
But you're going
Puts
further
back
than
there.
the existing tram though, right?
Further, because, you know, basically because, well, no, because I would include this stair system in with the old, to be honest, it's really part of the old tram system, and so that's very close to the 5 feet, you know, to get through.
And you're running
So the
here.
blue thing is your line there?
Yeah, it would be it's approximately that grass line, you know, there's the high water mark was, they had it marked down there, state that, so marking it back there.
Mhm.
In theory, and our track will actually be farther back from that, the cabin. It's not actually touching the 5 feet, but the cabin is physically into that zone, so I just wanted to say there and say it's gonna be. We're not actually touching 5 feet, but it's close.
Is the bottom of it above the high water?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I
Yeah,
want
well,
based on what?
You mean high water is what the surface that'll go, you know. that
I think
number.
there must be various ones, or even the gas.
Yeah.
There's various versions of it.
As far
We're
as,
concerned about the high waters changing. So.
yeah,
Well, there is a designated high water.
yeah,
What I think varies is how high is the high water, so. There is an absolute high water, but we frequently, what, I would say the lake floods every single year.
Over that stated datum then.
yeah,
Right, so the
Right.
high water, it's really normal high water,
well,
but what is actual high water, I would say is. Most years, probably 1 to 2 feet above. Normal high water at most.
1 to 2.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
vertical, 2 feet. Yeah.
Right, I mean, that's how it's measured, but obviously if the water goes up 1 But it depends on where you are on the lake as to
slope
how
and all that
much
stuff, yeah.
impact it's gonna have on the expansion of,
Yeah, how wide it goes out.
yeah,
Sure.
like, cause it does look like, I mean, assuming
1 to
this
2
picture
feet.
was taken recently. And right now, I would say the lake is slightly below normal high
Very,
water.
very low. Yeah, it mean high water, which is an average, so they'll average the high water and. You're exactly right, there'll be times where it will, exceed this summer, it's way down, I mean, it's like
Right.
crazy low.
Cause, yeah.
The drought, we haven't had rain now. Our system, to be honest, though, there's really nothing down that there's no electronics. There's a track switch, which is a couple feet above the bottom of our track, which is above. It even be above that foot above the high water mark. The cabin itself, it's all the electronics and the motor all at the top.
They're all up there.
Yeah, it's
We've
we're
gone over
full.
this before
Yeah.
a lot of times, so,
Yeah, so we
That's
don't.
good. I'm
snow
just worried
rain,
about-
so.
I mean, obviously, you're putting in the system.
Sure.
And if it gets ruined right away, it's not
Right,
good for you,
right.
but, I'm always concerned about stuff down in the lake.
Yeah,
It
They
gets
can-
flooded
they can
and
float
all
away.
that stuff,
Yeah.
gets
anything that can-
oils and.
yeah, we have nothing like
toxic
that.
stuff.
It's all, the track is anodized aluminum.
Mhm.
It never corrode or, it's not
Which
like
seems
it's
better
rust.
material than this, is that true?
Mhm.
What
It
material
is,
that?
that's steel, that's
Yeah.
typical painted steel, and it has to be repainted, if you want. to look nice. But the aluminum, the anodized, so it won't ever rust
Sure.
or chip or anything. The cabin's all
That's your
aluminum.
black pipes.
Yeah, the pipe itself is also aluminum anodized, so
Mhm.
brown, so we've got trams, without too much marketing, it's, we're since '07, so 15 years now,
Yeah.
that look almost as good. I mean,
Oh,
you'll get some, bang up
Oh,
and dings
yeah.
and stuff, and
right, you don't
mostly
have to
it's,
go back and touch them up.
well,
Okay,
it's mostly
do it.
cobwebs and debris and leaves that you gotta clean and it's that, but they look, they're not high use items, I mean, it's not like it's a New York City elevator, which is used all the time.
Right.
But it looks, they look pretty solid, but we tell
So
people.
what goes
that-
down to those 5 feet? I'm still thinking about the edge there.
Well, we basically, I base kind of, until we exactly get it in, because when you put it in, we try to keep the tram and tracks as close to the ground as possible.
Mhm.
This particular site, there's a little bit of a concave, so you're a little bit higher off the ground when you come back to the ground.
Mhm.
So that exact angle, it could vary a couple feet depending on, our exact installation when we get there.
Right.
And so, to be honest, conservative, it's gonna be less, it's going to be more than 5 feet away.
Mhm.
And we're in a worst case, that we won't exceed 5 feet, we're at a hard stop
Mhm.
with that.
And especially when the cart is up at the top.
Oh, yeah, the cart, well, yeah, exactly. Well, when the track is there, you're like, you're like 12 feet, because the cart is cantilevered off of the track.
Right.
But 6
And then there's a little platform or something.
Yeah, there's in this case, there'd be a little platform down, just kind of resting on top.
In
Just
front of it?
platform to step up. No, it's on the
On the
side.
side, yeah.
When the cabin comes down, little platform.
And then what about your stairs? You usually put the stairs in inside.
We don't have stairs planned here. We can put a set of egress stairs in, but she has a set right next to it, so. That's not something it's something we can add later. Those wouldn't extend past that part either.
We've done these many times and they
Many.
always seem really impressive with the way they install the posts and how low impact they are, and there would definitely be a visual improvement from this, and like obviously a great functional improvement for the owner. So I'm fine, I'm absolutely comfortable with the request. Especially since we have so much experience in this.
I don't like the stairs. That's not your problem.
Right,
I don't like the stairs and everything.
Right.
I never
Well-
like, I definitely don't like it
Right.
down there. That's just junk going into the lake when we have an issue, which will be soon, I think,
Yeah.
sooner rather than later.
We gotta get you on our marketing team, because.
Yeah,
We
well,
all-
but we've been, in the past, we've said, okay, but if you get rid of those stairs, then
Yeah.
this is a done deal.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this is way.
Yeah, it is. In this case, there's both and they're there, type of thing.
Yeah, right.
But we try to, pound for pound, a set of stairs is probably less expensive than a tram initially,
Sure.
but we tell people in 20 years, you're gonna have to replace those stairs. And so the tram, you won't, you'll never. So we like the tram with the eco, that's our, the tram. Sound like the marketing.
What is your, what is the longevity you think of that?
I I would like to say that at least, I mean, at least, and there, all the parts are also very common replaceable too, so it really, I think, I'd say 50 years, to be honest. The motor and the housing and that's all like elevator equipment that's designed for 24/7 operation. And those have to be repaired after 5 years, but
Yeah,
I would not recommend doing tram alone. I mean, that's not really applicable here because
no, that's why I like the stairs on the side of the egress stairs on
Yeah.
the side of the tram.
because the trams do fail.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Agreed.
yeah, and they fail from the standpoint of like any electronic thing. I'm not gonna say, oh, you'll never. It's mainly like a power outage, which we do get occasion. We do encourage people to, they say, what about that? Well, some will have like a backup generator and we'll make, I would recommend putting the tram on that. But the egress stairs, which is like the
And you can do
24
it
and
24 or
right
you can
next
longer
door.
or wider, you have two, that's what two.
Well,
two, right?
No, we pretty much do, because in order to use our tram structure, we keep it narrow
Okay.
because wider than you need more structure.
Yeah,
But you
sure.
can use, and they're really just for egress, they're just to get up and get out for that exact reason, for those, you're gonna have some.
Like a
So-
ski lift.
Yeah, see, you gotta have a way out. In some sites, it's 20 degrees, you could just kind of jump off and walk,
Sure.
right? But in this case, in other cases.
45 here, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit steeper, so, but they're rare, it's very, very rare, I can almost never, there's a time, there'd be if the overspeed brake ever trip, the design, you can still go up and get off.
Oh,
You can't go down,
right.
because your brake is tripped,
Yeah,
the
that's
way it's
right.
designed, it's the one way, so.
Mhm.
You can also reset it from the cab, but generally people, so it just gives you sort of like, we've never had a rescue, that standpoint, that's fortunate, not to say we never would, but always, designed to fail safe.
So there's a strategy there. Be the first one on the lift when it goes up.
Oh, I know, yeah,
So when the
exactly.
brake fails, those poor people down there.
Oh, that's true, they're walking, yeah, exactly,
Climbing.
yeah.
I'm ready to make a motion if anyone else.
Yeah.
is ready to hear one.
I just want to put my 2 cents in on it. I really like the idea of stairs on the side of it.
Yeah.
I know you're not planning it costs more money, but
Yeah,
that's something to talk about with the owner.
yeah, and it helps with the customers
you
to
go
say,
to
listen,
say
I
that-
can honestly say that the town generally, I'm not gonna speak for you
Favor-
guys, but they
favor-
favor,
You can speak for me.
Yeah, yeah.
As opposed to these, all these.
Well, you
contraptions.
favorite if it's in place of.
Right.
your-
In play, a favor, if you're saying I'm gonna trade this
Yeah,
for that,
yeah.
I'm always in favor.
Yeah.
I've always been in favor.
Okay,
Just wanted to put my 2
Yeah,
cents in.
thank you for
Maybe
that.
something to pass along to the owner, because I think in 5 years you'll be replacing one of those boards and steps and
Yeah.
contraption. That looks like a. Man, that looks like,
Yeah, people, it's just so,
very nice stuff.
the water's going up and over there, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. But. I mean, there's trade-offs. I think
Sure.
overall, stairs like that are safer than these little
Yeah,
stairs to the side.
Mhm.
yeah. I,
they would
For what?
technically be safer, but the stairs to the side are strictly egress.
Right.
right,
The tram is significantly safer than the stairs as far as slipping, moss,
Right.
ice. A million things. The tram is, I mean, people initially were like, oh, it's scary tram, it's the way they're built today, we're magnitude safer, and that's what we try to convey, but it's getting a little bit of a. Some people like the stairs they know and trust, everyone's got
Sure.
stairs in their house, it's like, I get that, so.
Mhm.
They're not, definitely not safer.
okay,
But I am
Yeah.
aware of 2 different people who were severely injured
Yeah.
on a tram that crashed.
Yeah, Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Crashed? How fast did it?
well, unfortunately, it's honestly, it's every year, there's at least one, and we hear, and. We'll get, someone will get involved from an investigative standpoint, we've never had an accident, never had an our system. And,
Mhm.
but, when you have stairs or anything, you're gonna have, that's just life, but, usually it's an older tram, it's like that one with no safety brake, Grandpa was super creative with the lawnmower system and built his own, and And it
Hmm.
always starts off, it's just gonna be freight, it's just gonna be freight, we hear that all the time.
Right.
And then the next people buy it and they start riding
So
it.
riding it, right?
I've been riding it for 20 years and it's like, you have no backup, you have to have multiple backup systems, you have to assume everything can fail.
Mhm.
And what happens when that fails? So,
Mhm.
yeah, we can kind of review all that, but we're super adamant about safety and inspections and, keeping everybody safe transport to the lake, so.
Excellent. I don't think there's anybody here, but you never know. Neil's two audience members. I want to open the public portion of the hearing. Any input? Yeah, I know.
How come Neil's, you can't see his video?
Yeah, he comes on. He comes on.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll take,
I-
there it is.
I have no comment, and we didn't receive any comments from the public
Okay,
either.
great. Thank you. And then we did the normal posting, 300 feet or whatever, 500 feet and to the neighborhood.
Yep,
Okay. All right, great.
posted the site. Yep, everything.
Okay, excellent. Any more questions for the applicant? I'm going to close the public portion of the hearing. It's very long and lengthy, contentious too. Is there a motion regarding the variance?
I have a motion for a resolution for 2 area variances for the Wilson tram located at 1687 Teganic Boulevard, Town of Ulysses, tax parcel 18.1-1.4. I'm gonna skip the whereases because
Mhm.
we
They're all the same.
we already have them all in writing.
Mhm.
Now therefore, the Board of Zoning Appeals resolve the following. Number 1, the benefit to the applicant in the granting of the area variance to decrease the front yard setback from 40 feet to 5 feet for the tram will outweigh the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood. Number 2, the granting of the area variance to decrease the front yard setback will not create an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood and will not be a detriment to nearby properties. The construction of the structure will be minimally disruptive. Also, there are a lot of trams along the lakeside
Yeah, in that vicinity.
in that vicinity. Number 3, the benefit sought by the applicant to decrease the front yard setback cannot be achieved by some method feasible for that. By some other method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. Number 4, the requested area variance to decrease the front yard setback is substantial. Number 5, the proposed area variance to decrease the front yard setback will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district because the construction of the structure will be minimally disruptive.
Mhm.
Number 6, the alleged difficulty necessitating the request to decrease the front yard setback is self-stated. Number 7, the benefit to the applicant in the granting of the area variance to decrease the buffer to the lake from 75 feet to 5 feet will outweigh the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood.
Cheryl,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, number 5,
Mhm.
what did you say?
Okay, so the last,
Yeah, that's discussed for.
yeah, I district because, and then take out as discussed and just write. Because the construction of the structure will be minimally disruptive, which is taken from number 2, kind of number 2 text.
Okay,
Mhm.
And we do know to be true about this system, because we've learned about the details of it in other.
Maybe I'll let them-
Okay, so where was I? Did I do number 7?
You're up to you did 7, I think.
Okay, number 8, the granting of the area variance to decrease the buffer to the lake will not create an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood and will not be a detriment to nearby properties. Should I say it again? But there's a lot of them down there.
Sure.
As
There are
we
many
said,
nearby
there are
in the neighborhood.
many such structures along the lake in that vicinity.
and then where did you say that before?
Um. I don't know, where did it say?
Minimally disrupt, number 2, is that where you said it?
Notice.
Yeah, That's what you said. Also, there are a lot in Cindy. That's what I got,
They put it on number 2.
number 2,
Okay.
after minimally disruptive.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Mhm.
Check. Okay, number 9, the benefit thought by the applicant to decrease the buffer to the lake cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area of variance. The applicant has considered other alternatives, but there were no options that did not require an area variance. Number 10, the request, the area variance to decrease the buffer to the lake is substantial. Number 11, the proposed area variance to decrease the buffer to the lake will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. Number 12, the alleged difficulty necessitating the request to decrease the buffer to the lake is self-created. For the reasons set forth above and upon the evidence law and fact, the BZA hereby does grant the area variance to decrease the front yard setback from 40 feet to 20 feet, 6 inches for the building. No, not building expansion, for the,
This looks like.
oh, yeah.
Paragraph.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
From 40 to 5 feet.
To accommodate the tram.
To accommodate the tram. And what's the other one? Does grant the variance to decrease the lakefront setback from 75 to 5? From 75 feet to 5 feet?
Yes.
Are you getting that?
Okay, does grant the lake
So, yeah, we crossed out,
front variance.
does grant the variance to decrease the lakefront setback from 75 feet to 5 feet. Or is it called a buffer or a setback?
No, I said that,
From 70 to
75 to 5.
75.
So you had both, did you, I missed that, did you have
Yeah.
them both?
Yeah.
Front yard and.
We hope so. Well, we'll do it right back.
Mhm.
BZA does grant the area variance to decrease the front yard setback from 40 feet to 5 feet to accommodate the tram and. Does grant the variance to decrease the lakefront setback from 75 to 5 feet, 75 feet to 5 feet.
Okay,
You good?
should we just, I mean, should-
I want to discuss a couple
Okay.
elements too before we.
I'm just wondering if you should move to accommodate the tram to the end. Because of.
Well, before we do, we're accommodating the new tram, we're replacing the existing tram, we haven't said that anyway.
Okay, let's say that.
And then I wouldn't mind saying, what's the difference in distance from the end of the old tram to the end of the new tram?
Well, it kind of depends. To
Ish.
me, I would include the stairs with the old tram, it's part of the old tram.
But I'm not doing that.
Okay, so it's probably, I don't know.
How much that green thing,
Let's,
how much farther from that green thing to the end of the
How much
green?
farther
From
from,
the end of the green
But this
tram.
would be
to-
removed,
it's not
right?
there.
That part of this, I mean, I do think that's relevant
I
because
that is the. end of
if that's
this.
being removed, that's actually a risk factor that's being removed because that lone piece of isolated stair is more subject to being washed
Oh, you're
away
talking
with
not,
high
not
water.
about main stair, you're talking about. that.
Right.
Yeah. So this would
Well,
be a
that's fine,
line.
I'm not saying that,
Yeah.
but there's an existing tram and we're replacing it, right?
Yes,
So
I mean,
which, the-
we're replacing the tram and
Yeah.
the short
right,
stairway.
because you need the short staircase
sure,
to get to use the tram, you know, I mean, it's like the station up at the top, it's part of it.
yeah.
Which is really. This is pretty much equal to where
It
your
is.
thing is gonna end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
the structure
Different,
itself will
concrete.
land in the same place as the existing tram, is what they're saying, or existing. tram.
Stair.
If you include the stairs, it's within a couple feet. If you, at the bottom of our track compared to that, it'd probably be 5 feet. You know, that we're gonna be, if you're just looking at the track, it's now, our track's coming up farther, but we eliminate that metal steel staircase of 8 steps or something.
Yeah, right,
Big pumping thing.
that's steel.
Yeah, it's all steel welded.
Aluminum.
Yeah,
I like that. Put them both in,
Where
replace
should
the
we put
existing
this?
tram and so and so, and the difference will be approximately 2 feet.
As a condition or as like?
No,
just
no, in a
reflected?
couple of statements, that
No,
we
it's-
we have not even said that it's a
In a couple
replacement,
of the statements.
Right, because it makes it sound like,
we're just putting in a whole new structure.
Right.
And it's not really true. And that's part of my thing, I looked at this and went, okay,
Okay,
you
so
get rid of that, and
Let's say like
you're
number
gonna do a
2.
minimal footprint when you're getting rid of it,
Right.
you're not gonna. Do
Right.
dynamite or anything like that on the slope.
Let's do it at number 2.
Just-
Yeah, we'll add. The existing tram and its
Dependent or something, or
its
attached stairs,
attached stair
metal stairs.
will be removed.
Mm-hmm,
Right,
mm-hmm, where is that?
Number 2. So
That's
under, you know, undesirable
At the
change.
end of number 2? Or,
You're saying minimally disruptive, they're playing along the thing or not?
The construction of the structure will be minimal,
minimally
At that point,
disruptive,
also
as there are
said-
many such structures along the lake in the
Yeah, we have
vicinity.
that.
oh.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have
that's not
that.
good. That's not what we want. Okay, so that needs to change. We kind of doubled up on her by mistake, so that as.
No,
there
no, that
are-
was right, that's where we said it initially.
No.
There are also a lot of
I-
structures, similar structures in the
My
Pacific.
motion, I'm moving it. Proposed area variance. Okay, so, Carissa, could you move that as part down to number 5, please?
It is, she's got it there too.
Oh, do you already have it on 5?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then just drop it off at 2 because
Okay.
we don't need it there. It doesn't work for this. So I would say the youth construction of the structure will be minimally disruptive on number 2,
Mhm.
period. And then add.
The existing tram and its attached metal stair will be removed.
Yes. And what's our point for that? Just that it will look better?
Well,
it partly, but it also
I want
shows.
environmental in it, so this will be environmental, whatever we say.
But we also want to put in that tram. Extended close to the same point into the, or equally.
Sure.
Far into the setback. So we would just put comma, alright, so the existing metal tram and its attached stair extended. Equally far into the setback,
Yeah,
Nearly-
it's like, within approximately.
approximately equally,
Yeah, okay.
approximately equally as far into the setback.
Okay,
These structures will be removed. As part of the project, correct?
yeah, and so where do you wanna put that? Cause it's
That's all on
really
number 2, because I was just thinking.
number
undesirable
2
change
is
in
the-
character.
the undesirable change in the character.
Or
And then,
detriment
but
to
then
the-
that's an environmental thing, for me, it's very,
What's an environmental thing?
yeah. But you can use the same word there.
Alright, so where would you want it then? Number 5? I,
You can- Yeah. Yes, I'd see it as an improvement, really, but.
how about we put it on 11, but we already have something.
Okay, can you repeat it?
Same thing that I just said on 2.
Did you get
That's what
that?
I'm asking you to repeat.
That's all right, yeah, I know.
Okay, the existing
Tram and its attached
metal
metal
stair
stair.
extend approximately equally. As far into
That's not it.
the setback as the proposed tram, period.
Mhm.
Extend approximately equally as far into the setback.
As the proposed tram.
Okay,
This is not very graceful language, I'm sorry.
Tram
Period. And then
and will be removed.
I would just say period, these
Okay.
structures will be removed as part of the project.
Replaced with the new, yeah, removed and replaced it with the new one. You
I
there?
would just say
Yeah,
remove.
okay. good.
Okay,
And so that goes on number
11.
5 also, you're saying,
I thought 11, maybe, I don't know.
or 11, so proposed area buffer the lake will not have an invert, yeah, okay, that's a good one, that's a very good one.
Whew.
So at the end of number 11.
And
Got
then
it.
number 11. But, so that's like what, 2 or 3 sentences we're adding, right? The end of number
I'll
11.
hold it to-
mhm. You want me to read number 11 now?
Yes.
Yes,
please.
please.
The proposed area variance to decrease the buffer to the lake will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. The existing tram and its attached metal stair extend approximately equally as far into the setbacks as the proposed tram. These structures will be removed.
That's part of this project.
Yeah,
Good call on that.
a couple minor things. Number one, you had, it says 40 feet to 5, it's supposed to 5 feet. And if you don't mind, change that to another, but it says 40 feet to 5.
40 feet to 5 feet.
Yeah, 5 feet. Can you change it to a 5?
A number, yes,
Number,
I
yeah, and
did.
then do it
I
at number
did.
7,
Yep,
please.
already done.
Thanks. So you almost. All right, so what's the last thing for the reason set forth? We have that? That one, Neil?
For the reasons set forth and upon the evidence, laws and facts, the PCA hereby does grant the area variance to decrease the front yard setback from 40 feet to 5 feet and does grant the variance to decrease the lakefront setback from 75 feet to 5 feet to accommodate the tram.
Yes. That's all we're doing.
Place the old rusty. This is it.
Okay, to accommodate.
We're saying to accommodate the trailer, but we're just to replace the old. I prefer if we said to replace the old trailer.
How about just which replaces, I don't wanna confuse
Yeah, yeah,
it, but
That's good.
let's
No,
say,
no,
keep
I
what
like
she
it.
had. Keep what she had and then say which replaces the,
Old trailer attached there.
how about old? Ugly, something negative. The, I will just say old,
Old tram and attached staircase.
Mhm.
Okay.
Gary? You good?
second.
Drop the courtesy. All right,
Wait, who
Good.
moved it?
it was moved earlier, that was the motion, so, all right, I hear a second, yes, I do, all right, good, all set, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye, so it's unanimous and the motion carries.
Great.
Good luck,
Thank
thank
you.
you,
Appreciate
keep doing the
it.
good work, we appreciate it.
All right, no,
Thanks for being so patient. Oh my
like once a year, I'll be back, so.
goodness.
Let's see the same face.
Thanks, Wilson. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much. You guys have a great night.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, you want your picture?
You too.
Oh,
Great.
sure.
I think we have a copy of this.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Yes, you too.
Good luck with your project. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey.
I realized one is just an earlier draft of the, that accurate.
What?
They said one is an earlier draft of the same document.
No, this one is the seeker
Oh,
thing that we had to do first.
Yeah, right,
Okay,
right.
I,
So we
I
should
could-
just change those, same number on that.
yeah,
Do you wanna do, no,
what's that?
can you do it on, oh, you did it on here too?
Yeah,
Oh, we did it, on here. Okay, good.
yeah,
Alright, so. They want us to make a. Copy of this and then you sign it. Yes.
No, just
I
print out the
printed-
new.
I did, yeah, let me grab it.
First and pretty.
Oh, okay.
Well,
But why did you
um,
redline?
Well, they'll,
the documentation.
let's hold on to that. Hey,
Okay.
Niels. I mean, I think we're fine, so we print out the new.
Yep.
Do you want a copy of, all the redlining here?
So yeah, if I can just get that copy and then I'm gonna ask Ryan to make professional amendments for the planning board's final review. But
Okay,
for tonight, yeah, if I can get those for the
and then
file.
I'm signing, Carissa's, amended version though, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And it should be both of them, what do you have, there it is.
Alright, Krista, can I give
Oh,
those to you for safekeeping, that's for meals?
Okay,
I don't know.
Yeah, that one's for Niels,
Let's-
and then
let's
I
go-
also need one for
okay,
the seeker one.
okay.
We changed the seeker one, so now that, I need to sign that, right? Yes.
Niels, am I just updating those notes on the proposed site plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
great.
Now I'll take this. Oh, shot, well,
You need anything else from me?
We need a lot from you, not tonight, thank you very much.
There will be
Good job.
other opportunities.
Thank you very much. All right,
Thank you, guys.
look forward to seeing this.
Something so small, a lot of thought and
Mhm.
really, this is a learning experience for me. So.
Well, I appreciate the work you put in there, we all do, right? And we like, you commented last time, somebody, the color, I like the color. Did you say that?
I do like color.
Yeah, I got a tip from Niels that you guys did.
No,
so.
this. Yeah.
All right, have a good night.
All right, thank you.
Good night, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do it. I want you to do that. Okay, are we off recording? We're done?
No,
What are we still doing?
What's the date? 2017, right?
17th.
What's that? Take that down. Circle this and line, I'll cross it out.
Mhm. On,
Uncoordinated?
yeah. Which makes it sound very clumsy. Which probably is. Oh yeah, we have to vote to close.
You can't leave till I'm leaving. Yeah, so any other things you want to add tonight? You good? Everybody good? All right.
I do wonder if we could change something so they don't have to come in for the trams all the time. I just don't know if it's really necessary. You see so many trams on the lake and they have to come in every single time for the same thing.
That's okay, that's his business, his job.
Okay.
It's his profession.
But
And
because
I wanna make sure that they're not doing some fancy stuff, and
well, I
if
mean.
we say yes to Mr. Ritchie, because we trust him, then
Still recording, you know that, right?
good, yes, thank you. If we say yes to one person, then we have to blanket say yes to everybody.
Mhm.
I'm not sure who's
Well,
out
what if it
there.
was just for that, getting close to the water, not anything else?
No, I mean,
There's
because
still a process.
right. And there's a chance to say no trees or get it, when you move it away, we really talk about where it goes. So.
Doesn't seem to have a post sign, you see there, maybe I cut it off accidentally.
No, I thought there was one again. You don't think that's, this is,
Oh, reminds her.
I don't think I like that idea.
Good,
The
then
blanket, yes.
I'm glad to know that. That's fine.
I mean, we're here to provide relief where it's reasonable and to not provide relief when it's not reasonable.
But one thing it's worth noting is there are, according to the zoning, allowable elements within the setback. And
The
Yeah,
stairs,
that's what I'm saying. like,
the
if
stairs, for
someone sleeps
instance,
out
right?
there, then I can't cram.
I think that the tram process is potentially invasive to a steep slope. It's being built in most cases because it's difficult to walk down there, so
So are the stairs.
Sure. Well, the stairs are,
The stairs usually have more.
yeah, but because this, but I don't think.
More like. Bigger posts, bigger
Yeah,
digging, more
mhm,
digging.
mhm.
The tram system is
More
really
disruptive,
good.
yeah, the way it's set up now, the way it started off, there was machinery going down the slope.
Uh-huh.
To get those in there for pipe pounding and
True.
stuff. I didn't really favor that too much until they started getting this new machine,
Uh-huh.
whatever machine that they walked with.
Yeah.
I don't favor stairs going down the slope, so I'm not
Right,
sure
but
why.
We're
that's
facing
the-
stairs. we're fine, and not
I'm
on the
I'm
corners.
not,
No,
I'm
the
not favoring them
system is
personally.
so hot.
I think that we maybe
The color.
wanna push back and like, hey, stairs need to be okay.
Oh,
I don't think you should
Okay,
just
so
be
you
able
would
to
go that
build any
way.
stair.
rather than allowing trams.
And you're saying, you're equivalent, like, oh, we have stairs, we allow it. Well, I don't think we should. No, I mean, I would like a little more control of stairs. So anybody can come in there and build stairs and do all sorts of stuff. Right? Not disrupt us all, but I think, from the basic, seriously.
Mhm. By the way, what is going on in downtown Trumansburg with all of that work
Along the
directly
creek.
along the creek? Has that
I
been?
thought it was part of that. Yeah, probably that Super Village planning board.
And it didn't require a variance or?
Well, not from Tony Ulysses, but I probably did over there.
Oh,
I imagine it would. Yeah. Because you know, like, I don't know, I mean, it's not really right down on it.
no, I think it is. They're basically
Yeah,
building the
little
seawall.
terrace down.
Mhm.
What's the structure up on South Street?
Don't know.
Up front of
The name of
that
it?
big development, no,
Oh,
up front on the west side. It's, no, they're building another house there, and it's obviously not a house. It's a community building, I don't know what it is.
Uh-huh.
do we close?
I think we're good.
Yep.
Yep,
Okay, I motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
I.
all right, it's unanimous. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, thanks, everybody. That was,